Hey guys, Garver Har here with Dastan, and this is how to tame your bearded dragon. As you can see here, he is just sitting on my arm, being lazy, all tamed, and he will not bite me. I can stroke him as much as I want, stroke his head, stroke his nose. He doesn't bite. Most bearded dragons won't bite in captivity. If you get them from a breeder or someone who has kept them in captivity, then they're most likely not going to bite. If you get them from out in the wild, there's a slight chance they might. But then, I said the best way to tame your bearded dragon is to start off when you first get it. When you first get your bearded dragon, leave it in its tank for about 2 weeks to a month. Don't try holding it, don't try touching it or anything, because then you're just going to get scared and agitated, and then you'll see why they're called bearded dragons. But he here is really, really tame. He likes the attention, basically. He loves the iPad, because anytime I get out the iPad, he'll start licking the camera. But the way I like the taming is by using a couple of these things. These here. What I have here are mealworms and waxworms. Now, he likes his mealworms, but I don't think he'll eat any because he's at quite a bit today. But I'll see if I can get him to try and eat some for you. I'll get a little out here. So, what you'll want to do is, let's show you guys this. Just get a handful of mealworms. Get a handful of mealworms and just present them with it. And he should go for them. With the mealworms. He doesn't really want them. Now, waxworms are another thing I use, but they're really only a once a month thing, because they're very fattening and they're really only supposed to be used as treats. But that's basically how I got him tame, just using mealworms and handling them. Because once I got him, I left him in his tank, I think it was for 2 weeks, and then I tried handling him, and he was fine with it. Of course, I had to constantly handle him. I think it was 3 times a day I did it, and now I only do it twice a day. I handle him twice a day, but for about an hour each time. So he's fine. He loves the attention. Another way you could try taming your bearded dragon is just by putting your hand in its enclosure. Just put your hand in there and just let him sniff around it, lick it and stuff. And soon they will get used to you and they'll just allow you to hold them like Dastan does. Dastan is great. He just allows me to hold him. He's a really tame dragon. He's great. And what I love about bearded dragons is they're so easy to look after, like anyone can do it. It's definitely what you'd call a beginner reptile. But if you're not really into lizards, you can always go corn snakes. I used to have a corn snake. I think there's also car videos on that I did. But yeah, that's Dastan. And that's how you tame them, basically. Just to recap, when you first get them, leave them in their tank for 2 weeks to a month. Don't try and bother them or anything. Then try putting your hand in the tank, see if they allow you near it. If they do, or if they get aggressive, just take your hand out, leave them maybe for another week, try again. Or you can try bribing them into trust, like I did. Feed them. Hand feed them. And they should be able to start trusting you. That's also another good way of training them as well. Because if you hand feed them, they're going to tell the difference between what's food and what's your hand. Because I know there's a lot of people out there like to use the tongs, and I understand people who have snakes to use tongs. I used to use tongs for my snake. But for lizards, bearded dragons, you don't really need tongs as much. Because they're so friendly that they can tell the difference between your hand. He's just eyeballing the camera right now. He thinks it's another dragon. It's you, silly. But yeah, I think the next video I'll do is a feeding video. That might be tomorrow because it's already at today. But yeah, until tomorrow, goodbye my friends. Stop eyeballing the camera.